Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads. Maybe it's... time I try on something new. We've reached our destination.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Isn't that Almadria's?
So this is where her ship drifted.
Then the one who wrote the letter is...
Alive, but badly wounded. I doubt many of the others have survived.
Let's survey the area.
I won't forgive you! Now, Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go. This works!
Negative 10.
Well, looky here.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Dance in the wind! Hear my call! Sleep now! Red! Freeze lantern!
Ready and rare!
Insects should stay on the ground.
Flying free! I'm ready!
That is an incredible technique.
Can you take care of them?
No
Nothing
sooner
but
said than
elegant.
done.
I don't know if I'd say no.
Barely a blip on our radar.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Lost!
No further!
Light action to the wind! In here! Away.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's
Our
reassuring to have you
superiority
around.
was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Debut performance.
Holy land!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alchemy.
Now!
Mirage!
Barely a blip on our radar.
On your knees. I shall ensure you
Rising
survive
light!
this.
Soaring light spear!
Glacial spear.
Reinforcing is driving me mad! Impressive, Tolucc.
Float like a butterfly and
Got
sting like a
fired.
bee.
I've got it.
People say that?
Bloody.
Together, that wasn't even a problem. An opponent like this should be easy.
Vanquish
Can't get out of
darkness.
this.
Annihilation by the power
Demon
of
Fang!
flame.
Double
Vanity
team!
down.
We turned the tables on him.
I thought you were going to
still
wreck
more
the
left.
place.
Right, I'm not.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
We're in good form.
Guess I misread the landing.
Hi, Hoodle.
Resonate with the earth.
Denied.
On your knees.
Get on you, Gemini.
I'll take you all off.
If they rush you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Take this.
Thunder!
A comfortable win.
Get lost.
Illuminate the top!
Soaring
Holy quiver! Holy
A
land!
freezing storm.
seismic.
Ice tornado! We won that by a mile.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
By the power of flame.
Begin! Hurricane Thrust! Damn it!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
You must be tired of healing.
I'm merely doing what I can.
Glad you're on our side, Tolucc.
Begin! Seismic rupture! A comfortable win. It's you.
Lord Tolucc?
I figured I'd find you here, Tolucc.
You knew he'd be here?
The handwriting on the note was all too familiar to me.
Did you come all the way out here to mock me, or have you changed your mind about putting me to death?
What if I had?
You have no right. You who abandoned your lordly duties and chose to fraternize with embeddeds of all people! And for what? How could someone as powerful as yourself turn your back upon the crown contest?
Not this again.
I ran from this once, but I must face it now. The crown contest was never for me. I apologize for dragging you along, but I do not regret my choice in the slightest. Listen to me, Tolucc. People change. They can change given time, and regardless of their race. I know you're a capable man. You could do so much for others if you were so inclined.
Me? Impossible. It's too late for me. Death. Death closes in on me wherever I go.
What?
That's Almatrius.
Is she alive too?
It's death!
Has this thing become even more ruthless?
There's nothing more fearsome than a wounded beast.
Especially without its master.
Well, I'm not leaving it to its own devices. By the power of flame! I never miss!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
This ends now!
Blow away!
Far enough! One more!
Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Azure Storm! Demon Fang! This time!
Stand from the wind.
Azure System! I could do without this pain.
Raging Luna Sword.
Burn in hell!
Sorry to trouble you. The fluidity of your movement.
Now I'm left.
Awaken and wreak havoc.
Be still!
Now you see what I can do.
Last let's go!
Breath of life. Heal my weary companion.
Demon Fang! Pierce through! Strike it! Rending Slash!
Thank you, Delhane.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
Won't escape me.
Slash! This one's all mine!
Rending you apart.
Swallow Blade! Rising Wyvern! Hurricane
There you go!
Slash!
Don't let up! Instant!
Hurrah! Shockwave Strike!
I'm ready.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Into
Take this.
everlasting darkness.
Slash this down!
Rending you apart.
Watch yourself. Incredible power.
Double Demon Fang!
Masterful dash.
Illuminate the dark! Holy glimmer! Holy land! Glacial chaos! Pierce evil! Breathe lantern!
I'm all stuffed up! Mega Ray! Gemini Ultra!
Thunderblade!
You picked the wrong fight!
Begin. Take this.
Orochi Fury!
Rhapsody of darkness.
Photon dance in the wind!
Try harder!
Orochi Fury. None can fly me.
There!
A thrilling performance.
Where are you going?
In here! Got it!
Now's our chance!
Eagle Ray.
Here I come! Try harder! You're mine! Rising Light! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Double Demon Fang!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Alright, it's
Demon
showtime!
Fang!
This one is almost in the bag.
Not done yet. Just
I
falling
always
back.
see odds, and it's time for you to do what you do best.
Far enough!
I'll thank you.
Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! Be still!
Such unadulterated fury.
It's on!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time! All generation save you!
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace! The flames will roar! Burning explosion! Burning strike!
Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle herself.
You can be really dense, Dohonin.
Mega ray! I never miss!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Sword Lane Alpha! Blow away!
Now, Luna Blast!
All yours, Kisara.
There!
Would you come with us? We can take you someplace safe.
To where? Where could I possibly be safe from that?
What are you talking about? We already took care of the monster.
No! Death is immortal by its very nature. Even now it haunts me. It hounds me. The Silver Death curses me incessantly with its many faces, many voices. Don't follow me. Leave me be. Leave me alone! Ah!
What's happened to him?
Whatever it is, it seems we have read the situation wrong.
He spoke of a silver death. Do you think he could be referring to the people back in Vicente that he hollowed?
He did so at Almadria's urging. I'm sure that somewhere deep down, he felt guilt and remorse for what he did. It was easy to blame it all on Almadria while she was alive. But now that she's gone, he has no one left but himself to blame for his own misdeeds. He's alone with his guilt on this island.
But it sounds like he lacked the mental fortitude to endure it.
Makes sense. Sounds like just desserts to me.
Almadria's monsters had nothing to do with it then.
So he was a Renin, yet he regretted his part in the Danan's persecution. And now he's beyond help.
Should we really just wash our hands of him, though?
To be honest, it seems like he's punished himself far more than any punishment we could hope to mete out. Dohalim.
If I hadn't met all of you, No, even after that. If I hadn't accompanied you on this journey, it's entirely possible that might have been me.
But you did. You're here with us now. And you didn't stumble upon redemption, Dohalim. This is the path you chose for yourself.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
So I still had room to grow.
Oh-ho! Oh-ho!
My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prava what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
misread the landing.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
This is such a beautiful island.
Yet it's just as full of Zoogles as everywhere else on Dana.
The fact there are piers suggests people must have come here in the past, though.
The reason they're gone is simple. The Renans put all of the Danans to work on the crown contest after they conquered the planet.
So there would have been nobody left to enjoy the view here after the Great Conquest. Once this whole thing is over, we'll have to all come back here together so we can appreciate it. Did I say something weird?
No, I was just impressed you came up with such a good idea for once.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I'm surprised to see you up reading so late. What have you got there?
Oh, it's a book about magic. I was hoping I'd reach the end of this chapter before I went to bed.
I'm impressed you can read all that tiny text without drifting off.
It's easy. Honestly, the subject is so interesting, it keeps me wide awake. Although I have to admit, the more I read this book, the more I realize just how much I still have to learn. I hate not knowing it all, so it pushes me to keep learning as much as I can so I can be a real expert.
So that's why you're studying by the campfire every night, huh? You've really changed, Rinwell.
Really? I don't feel like it.
Remember how you used to be when we first met in Calaglia?
Sure, but that's because I was still hiding a lot from you guys. Am I really all that different aside from that?
Definitely. It's the difference between a rock and the sun.
Are you saying I used to be like a rock? That's not something you should use to describe a girl, Alphen.
My bad. But the comparison is still apt. You used to not be open with us about your magic at all. And now look at you.
Well, I guess you may have a point. I used to hate studying magic because my parents made me do it. And after everything that happened, I felt like it brought nothing but trouble. But now, I don't think it's so bad after all. Maybe I really have changed more than I thought. All magic is simply astral energy combined with knowledge. It's neither good nor bad by itself. It all depends on how you use it. Saying it out loud, I guess I finally made peace with it.
I think you have Law to thank for that.
What? Why him?
I mean, he was kind of the one who...
Nope, he's got nothing to do with it. None. Zilch. Nada. Nothing.
If Law heard that, he'd be pretty bummed, you know.
You're crazy. I don't see why he would be.
Are you saying you rather he wouldn't be? I'd say the fact you can get so worked up about things now is another sign you've changed.
Sounds like someone wants me to put on a little magic show.
All right, all right. I'll take my leave before I say anything else that might get me into trouble. Just make sure you aren't staying up too late, okay?
Ugh, I'm not a little kid anymore. Yeesh. Though, actually, it felt kind of nice hearing that. I wonder why. Ooh. I'm starting to feel kind of grateful for these powers of mine now. Another day, another Gald. Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
I wonder what Helganquil's civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, But we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Glacial Spear!
Rising Water!
Freeze
Fluid Gate! Lunar Rondo!
Elusive Deity! Mega Red!
I'll smash you!
Do it!
Crash him!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you! I'm ready! Now!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Here I go!
Take this! Dragon Form!
Now!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Swallow Blade!
Elusive Deity!
Dragon Form!
It's
Explosive Ring!
Elusive Deity!
This one's mine! Lightning Orb! Freeze Lancer!
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegus, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for? We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have.
Just look at the size of that thing. Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years. Oh, even before that. Just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
If it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
A 6-armed giant. Is this the Zoogle from the request?
It's not only alive, but completely uninjured.
We'll just have to see for ourselves if it's really as ferocious as they say.
Coming through! Strike! Ignite! Resonate with the earth!
This is gonna need all of us together!
No escape!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Rising Falcon!
Lunar corruption! That'll bring you down!
Try this!
May 1,000
Unity
years
is a movement.
simply take my judgment!
No dawn shall break this night.
Double demon fang!
Let's see
Accelerate
what
your
my
way!
heart can do! Rise and
I
shine!
can carve through armor.
We got
Everlasting
rise
shot.
in the wind! Air thrust!
Sonic thrust!
Flame of
Hurricane
fury!
thrust!
Raging cascade!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Penguin blossom.
Got it!
Sonic thrust!
Now's our chance!
Tornado Alpha!
Illusion.
Freeze
Everlasting dark.
Tornado Alpha!
Flame of illuminating strike! Glacial
Elusive deity.
Here I come! From
Demon Fire.
Sonic Spear! Sonic Blade!
Do it!
Gridwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Cyan is back
Blood
into the
Chaos!
fray! Charge malevolence! Annihilate here! Mega ray! More stockpile! Annihilate!
Now you see what I can do.
Unadulterated fury.
Too much to handle!
Try harder!
Water, hear my call! Divine Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Where are you going?
Demon Lance.
Gale Force! Lunar Corruption!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Mega ray! This will come in handy.
Try harder!
Eliminate the static drag!
It's on!
Holy Land!
Try harder! You picked the wrong fight!
On your knees.
Explosion! Divine Taker! Burning!
Shattering of pieces. Attack! I'll smash you.
What would I do without you?
Pierce through!
I owe you, Sion.
Healing is what my art gives us.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
There!
One more time! Power of water!
Incineration Wave!
No dawn shall break this night.
Gusty nail!
Thunderfang!
Can't get out of this.
I don't feel like my usual self. You alright?
Let me handle this one.
While it's reeling!
Sorry.
Take it down!
Here I come!
Flawless flight!
Okay, here I go!
Raging Cyclone!
Rending you
Sonic
apart.
Boom!
Unadulterated
Watch
fury.
out! Radiant Blade! Lightning Condensed! Thunder Blow! Blah 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 magic! Force requires complete
The flame in
loading
the
one
eye may yearn to be let free!
Stalagmite.
Double demon!
Now you see what I can do!
Incineration wave!
Awaken and reach!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Well, we beat it in the end.
Let us harvest what we can use and take it with us.
Built for the sake of it and then cast aside. How sad.
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danans?
I'd say it's likely, which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danans. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danans too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Xion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
We've reached our destination. Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Yes.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hmm?
Got it.
Very well.
This is the Basist training ground.
Hey, isn't that a Helganquil?
Is it some sort of prototype?
Whatever it is, it's a real tough customer. Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! Azure Storm! Demon Fang! Eternal Devastation! Rending you apart! Bloody Holiday!
Shiny supernova!
Now you see what I can do!
Be still! Rising
Thank you. Dohalim.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on. Came between heaven and earth.
Rhapsody of Dawn!
Take this!
Leave the enemy's hearts to me.
No complaints here!
Glacial spear. Where's the evil? Remain
Not today!
Rhapsody of Dawn!
Ready and ready!
Mirage!
That'll bring you down. No, there you go. Don't let him. I'm burning.
Swallow blade!
No, here. Far enough. Let's get you on this corruption.
Tornado drive! It's on!
Reload.
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block!
Scream.
Raise
Here I
that
come!
thing.
Rending you
Back into the
apart!
blade.
Ready
Came
flash!
between heaven and earth.
Devastation! Stalagmite!
A willing champion with the power of flame.
Flourish!
Air drop. Explosion flash.
Dragon form! Sonic
Power
thrust!
Force revealed.
Blending
Magic
flash!
is them. Holy lamp. Then you get the gist.
Pierce through!
Blade
Swallow blade! Rising wyvern! Soaring like fear! Mirage! Dragon form!
This one is almost in the bag.
Not done yet. Just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best.
Incineration blade!
You get the gist. You get the gist.
Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
How about it?
Yeah. Huh?
Hey!
Mm-hmm.
Watch it.
Oh, wow!
Seriously? Seriously? I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
Hopefully it's nothing that'll be too hard to deal with.
Yes!
Hmm?
Yes! Very nice.
Seriously, what do they take us for?
Research subjects, just like everything else. To achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
We finally made it.
An opponent like this should
No
be easy.
further.
Searing flame! Reload!
Tornado drive.
These ones can run rings around us!
Hurricane, come one, come all.
Here goes! Now! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory!
Rising one.
Naturally!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the public is me.
Flying Alpha.
Bloody holiday.
Now!
Stalagmite.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
Rotating pile driver.
Fear.
Take this.
Evil. Airborne beast. My respect. As impressive as always.
Here I hope to be airborne, scoundrels.
No, it sounds like a job for yours truly.
Rising Wyvern. I'm not done. I'm ready. Totally. In an instant. Impact block. We want more? More Tolucc?
Keep calm and take them down.
Demon Tank.
Thank you.
Pierce through. Sword Ring Alpha.
I'm ready! Kitara, frozen!
Hammer.
More?
Power of flame!
Be still.
Forward up!
Rhapsody of darkness.
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep and we can do this!
Impressive fervor, little one.
Now! Reinforcements? Now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil. This one's mine.
Rising Wyvern.
None shall escape my
Rising Wyvern.
This comes in handy.
You're mine. Shockwave strike.
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Rising Wyvern.
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Blast of shock.
Soil.
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
You're mine. Demon Tank. Hurricane Slurp.
Do it.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
More? Be
Here I
still.
go.
Rising Falcon! Engulf you!
Now, you're really, really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, reassuring to have you around.
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin.
It's time to end this battle!
You have such an incredible technique.
Brute force is nothing without elegance of form.
I don't know if I'd say nothing.
Blow them away!
We can really make weapons with this?
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogled? Somehow.
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true, then if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply... Retreat if you know what's good for you!
Permanent render!
Negative gate!
Into the shadows!
you!
These things really get on my...
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
You don't mess around.
Radiant Pierce!
Certainly not.
Flying free? Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Rising Wyvern! Start up! Rising Falcon! Crush! I'm ready!
All yours, Kisara!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Little help!
Take this!
I shall ensure you survive this!
Heal up here! Waterfall! Feel!
I'll smash you! I'm ready!
Sion, astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory.
Flaming thrust!
Naturally.
Rising Wyvern! Negative gate!
We won that by a mile.
Go no further!
Ignite!
By the
Rising Wyvern! No further!
Too hell! That's not even fair!
Try this! Explosive rain!
What in the world?
Dohalim!
I'm alright. I'm still standing.
Take this!
Sonic thrust!
I can carve through!
Glacial Spear! Freeze Laser!
Deity! Rotating pile driver! I'm ready! Tornado! In a bind?
Here comes!
Double Demon Fang!
Blah, 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 that's it!
Double
In
Demon
here!
Fang!
Let's get you out of the way!
Mercy!
Annihilation!
Orochi Fury!
Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle it.
You can be really sensitive.
In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Ignite!
Sanguine
Swallow Blade! Try this!
It's time.
Swallow Blade!
Up and at 'em! Let's
Swallow
go!
Blade! Rising Wyvern!
Bloody
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally. Let's see what you've got.
Annihilation!
This
Ripping you apart! Bloody howling! On your
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Healing storm! Blah, blah, blah. There you go! Don't let up!
Sorry to trouble you.
Gives you the same feeling. Get out in there with the others.
flame inside me yearns to be let free! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
It looks like you got this all covered. Lightning! I'll be saving now! Astral energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff?
I
Handle
Hoodle!
it.
Resonate in a vine!
Radiant light! Steering flame!
I shall ensure you survive this!
Where are you going?
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Get you all tucked away. By the
Flying
fire
freaks!
flame! What
You need to Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
I'm ready! Incineration wave! Damn it! Too fast! Stand back. I'll trip it up. Rising Falcon!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Between heaven
Like
and
a
earth.
finely timed waltz.
A wailing lightning!
Rising Wyvern!
Ready!
Awaken and
Divine
wreak havoc!
light!
Rising Wyvern! I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Everyone hanging in there?
Coming through!
You got confidence! Tough field!
Ignite!
Dance in the wind! Seal! Power of flame!
Forward up!
Vanish without
Show
a
thy
control!
mystic mercy! Armor won't save you! Thunder!
Is that a healing
Now!
orb?
It is.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
The flame inside me yearns to be let
Now!
Take this! Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
I must keep striving.
You can ease off yourself.
Pot calls the kettle black.
Good advice for all of us, to be honest.
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way!
Looks like some solid equipment.
I won't forgive you!
You picked the wrong fight!
Water!
Raging Lunar Door!
Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
Take this!
A chain between heaven and earth!
Just shattering the pieces!
Attack! A freezing storm!
Piercing the
Leave the charges to me.
Double Demon Fang! Rhapsody of Darkness! Demon Fang! Eternal Devastation!
Arrow Squall!
Raging Lunar Storm! Double Demon Fang! I'll grind you into dust! Demon Fang! Behold! The Earth's hope! Tectonic Vision!
Here, let me
Ready and waiting!
illuminate now!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone! This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Get lost!
In a vine?
A freezing storm!
Summon the deity!
In here!
Show thy mystic mercy! Got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! Heaven and earth!
All yours!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
Rhapsody of darkness!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Raging
Now, get toasty!
Burn strike!
Scream, bathe.
Severing
I'm ready! Stalagmite! A fascinating art there.
Care to give it a try?
No. A little unrefined for my taste.
That's how you...
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
One more! Radiant Pierce!
Thunder!
To the wind!
Dance in the wind!
Here!
Devastation!
Reload!
A spot of feast.
Anyone? Storm! Burn!
What a power of flame!
Masterful
Finish
shot!
with that
On
Sonic thrust! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rona!
burning strike!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Destruction!
Denoser!
See what I can do!
Ice prison!
Rising Rising Thrust!
Outstanding
Rising
football!
Phoenix!
Air pressure!
Oh, violent
Rising Wyvern! Strike! Mirage! This one's all mine!
Spirit.
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Don't get careless.
Coming
I'm
through!
going to need to use all of my healing arts.
They
Not
smite
today! Come one, come all!
Holy resurrection!
You're mine!
Between heaven and earth.
Mirage! Sharpwood Slash! Demon Fang!
Anything you offer is all mine. Now, astral energy, full throttle. A flawless victory. A change of
Rising
naturally.
Wyvern! We did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that isn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
Rising Sun!
One at a time.
It's
Do it.
Let's get you all tucked away.
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Looks like some solid equipment.
Coming through!
Not today!
Lunar corruption.
Rhapsody of darkness!
Lightning raging cascade. Radiant fire. A chain between heaven and I think I'll pass on the handshake.
Denied!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Double Demon!
Take this!
Radiant
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Right.
Double Demon Fang!
Laser.
Incinerate your way!
Masterful dash! On your knees!
Magic is this. Finish with astral energy.
The flame inside
deserve to be run free!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
A victory for the ages.
Gotta break through!
Shattering
Pieces! Reload!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well done! Healing!
Thanks, Shion. We're in good form! Gotta break through!
Be down! Air thrust! Lightning! Deny!
Thunderfang!
Lightning! In here!
Rising Wyvern!
Disaster phase 1!
We got fires!
I've got this!
No
Let a
further!
marksman handle!
Demon Fang! All yours!
Thunderfang!
I'm ready!
My watch!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Primed and ready!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Do it, Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
Devastation!
Glacial Sphere, pierce evil! Freeze
You're
it!
mine!
Well, looky here.
Get lost!
Eat this!
Raging Cascade!
Lock the shot!
In a bind?
Amazing!
Resonate with the earth!
Thunder!
Rending you apart!
Wind!
Negative shape!
It looks like you
I've been hit with something!
So even a master has its limit.
Not feeling so great. This one keeps charging us!
That's what my fear's for. Get behind me.
Just take this! I'll leave it to you! Infernal devastation!
in here. I'll be safe with this one.
I'm in your deck, Dohalim.
Thank you for the healing,
Tonight's meal
Dohalim.
is on you. Our comrades need our abilities to survive.
Right. No one is dying on our watch.
Do it!
In an instant! Impact block! We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? I had a good partner.
Little help!
No further! This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin. Very bad.
I don't feel good.
I'll smash you!
Holy land!
Amazing.
Glacial Sphere!
Thunder!
Eagle Ray! Air thrust! In here!
Roaching Fury! Double Demon Fang!
Now you see what I can do!
Conviction light.
I have no limits! Okay, here I go! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more! That's what I like to hear! opponent like this should be easy.
In a bind?
Sleep now. Freezing
Severing
storm.
wind! The tempest engulfs you!
All right.
No!
Showtime.
Glacial Spear!
Here's evil.
Thunder!
Freeze
Severing
laser.
wind! Bloody howling!
Take my judgment.
You picked the wrong fight!
Negative gate!
Let's take this!
Air blast.
Hurricane Flip! Rising Phoenix!
Rounding you apart!
Thunder! Bloody howling! You're mine!
I need
Now you see what I can
Thanks
do!
for the healing. You need to be healed.
have a mightier fall.
Blending Flash! Azure Storm! Demon Pain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Maybe you can just write all this down?
Get lost. Lightning eruption.
Burn!
Power of water. Supernova.
Magic Cross Blade!
There you go. Don't let up. Air
Regeneration!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
No one gets by me. No more playing nice.
Soaring Light Spear!
Radiant here.
Blind you with Sonic Thrust! Swirl Blade!
Now.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Step back! This one's all law!
Come and face me! The flame
you
is
going?
yours to be let free! Flaming Thrust! Rising Rocket! Burn in hell!
Now you see flying freaks!
I'm ready! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Demon Punch!
Here's the healer! First aid! Alright, it's showtime!
Take this!
Air blast!
Thrust! Knock Raining Flash!
I'm
It's
going
gonna
to
devastate! Double
Air
Demon Punch!
Like astral energy! Resurrection!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Blade! Demon Punch!
Magic is
Eternal devastation!
Blah, blah, blah!
Shattering the pieces!
Do it! Kisara! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone!
We managed to pull through. Hey, new equipment!
Let's see what you've got.
Man, here you go!
Now you see what I can do!
Do it!
Victory is within reach.
Demons descend! Flashing Fang! Breath of life! Heal my weary
Raging storm!
You picked the wrong one!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Azure Storm! Double Demon
Take
Punch!
this!
Thunder!
Resonate with the
Incineration Wave!
Stalagmite!
Spirits within the soil.
Time to let it
Awaken
rip!
and wreak havoc!
Corruption!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Elucidation!
Dragon Form!
Shattering Giving Shake!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Orochi Fury!
Here I go!
Double Demon Guide! Incineration Wave!
Everlasting Dark! Negative Gate! Rending you apart!
Ready to go!
Bloody Howling!
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak
Demon
havoc!
Fang! Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Take this!
I'll fix you up.
Allow me to help you.
Is that a healing art?
It is.
Do it!
In an instant! Impact block!
Looks like we got them all.
What do you think this place was for?
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No. They appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegus. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedures somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
What is that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful! It's huge!
What is with all the huge lumbering beasts lately?
It's no ordinary Zoogle. That much is damn sure.
Watch yourself. All bets are off when it comes to this thing. Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
That'll bring you down.
Annihilation!
Mega Ray!
Take it!
Light Astral Raging Storm! Thunderblade!
Its head is the weak point?
You'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it.
In that case, let's start with the one in the middle.
Lightning! Downflow!
Lightning Thrust! Rising Focus!
Bloody
You're mine! This one's all mine!
Magic Hand! Divine Savior! Burning Strike! Glacial
Rising
Spear!
Wyvern!
Pierce Evil! All disasters made one!
Take this! Swallow Blade!
Instant!
Easter!
Raging Cascade!
Rising Wyvern!
Stalagmite!
Rising Falcon!
Blah, blah, blah!
Anything you offer is all mine! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
A freezing
Take
storm!
this!
A banana marshmallow!
Fury!
Illuminating
Double Demon Fang!
Blah, blah, blah! Freezing storm!
Destruction!
Ice tornado! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glare! Holy fury! Between heaven and earth! I never miss! A wailing banshee of lightning!
Blending Slash!
Raging cascade! Annihilation! By the power of
got him on the run.
do it, don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Saving this one!
Blending Slash!
Can you take it? Or not?
Divine!
Dragon Swarm! Catapult! Thunder Fang! Lightning Thrust!
Okay.
Thanks!
Elusive
Swallow Blade!
Save you!
Sonic Spear!
Healing circle!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Just let it
Swallow
happen!
Blade!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
Outstanding form!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
hell was that thing?
Probably something that was made here and somehow managed to survive, even after all this time. Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crown contests.
What do you mean?
You see, the winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners? That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
That's absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
It was Rena's great spirit that made them do all of this. Anything to get its astral energy.
We're not gonna jump down, right?
I certainly hope not.
After hearing Dohalim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure what to say.
I assure you all, I was merely stating the possibility.
So, looks like the Helganquil have been engineering Zeugles too. Why doesn't that surprise me at this point?
The creatures we've been encountering here have been a little different to what we're used to fighting, but I'm pretty sure they're Zeugles too.
Do you think they were engineered using creatures native to the area?
Indeed. However, based on the current circumstances, I would guess these Zeugles are all that's left of the planet's fauna now.
You mean, there might have been native owl species here once upon a time too?
We're back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
I guess this is the flip side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
This is crazy. Who knew such amazing technology existed?
Everything's topsy-turvy and that's all you can think about?
Bear in mind, the core of Rena now sits above us. I pray that we won't encounter many stairs along the way.
Little help!
Ignite!
Resonate with the earth! Light! Raising you up! Save you! Bloody hell! Awaken and wreak havoc!
May 1,000 nails tear you to shreds! Radiant storm! Outstanding form! Lightning orb!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Cross!
I'm ready for the next battle.
What are those? They look like Shion's thorns, and with flowers too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's Great Spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's Great Spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the case.
So if Dana exists within all of us, then what if something occurred that brought everyone's hearts and minds together as one? That unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
You mean if everybody was, like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time? Come on, there's no way we could pull that off.
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
Let's assume that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's Great Spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Renis Alma.
Things are different here than on the surface.
That shows how deeply we've ventured into Rena.
And how close we've come to the real enemy.
So here's a question. We came all this way to Rena on the assumption the Renis Alma's here, right?
Just don't say it, Law.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
I said don't.
I can understand why you might be concerned, Law. But you need to remember that there are people it affects more directly than you.
Oh, sorry.
We've managed to make it this far believing. Losing faith now won't do us any good. We're better off focusing our anxiety elsewhere.
Such as?
The Great Spirit. If Hevrecht 35's to be believed, our enemy won't just be handing over the Renis Alma to us. At least, not without a fight.
Not only that, but that same enemy just gulped down more than an entire world's worth of astral energy.
Point taken. It may be strange to say, but when I'm fighting, or at least know what needs to be done, it helps me a lot. I don't doubt myself as much. So thanks, both of you. The floor's on the ceiling and the ceiling's on the floor. This whole thing's making my head spin. Why would they even do something like this?
The Helganquil can bend life forms to suit their will. Nothing they could do at this point would surprise me.
The ceiling is on the floor. That doesn't weird you out?
What good is a team made up of members who all share the same opinions on everything? And besides, when you get to be at my ripe old age, one begins to consider it quite uncouth to show one's true emotions at times.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. You can't be that old.
The sands of time wait for none of us, lad.
Yeah, we'll see. Though at this rate, I guess I'll have to live long enough to get as old as you first, huh?
You will. And when the time comes, I look forward to hearing you change your tune on the matter.
One's mine. Great, watch your back. Glacial Spear. Pierce Evil. Freeze Lancer.
Dazzle! Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal.
I'm going to need to use all
We got
the power.
flyers.
Do it. I've got it. Astral Energy.
Say no more. Got
Here's a healer
Well
mark.
done.
First aid.
Handle it.
More without me.
Thanks.
Can't be
Sword Lane
slow.
Alpha!
Here it
On
comes.
Radiant Slash!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
You're mine!
Man in the wind.
I'm ready!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
This will
will be a delicious piece of cake.
You picked the wrong fight!
City of darkness! Holy without a trace! Chain between heaven and earth!
Pierce through!
A wailing
Lightning blossom! Blending slash!
Burning strike! Sleep
Aim for the weak spot!
Freeze Lancer!
Swallow blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Wind
Try
Hammer!
this.
Manipulate
It's wide open!
Magic
Won't escape me.
Holy Lance!
Raising you up! Lightning bloody! Anything in armor is all mine!
Security! Maelstrom!
Dragon Swarm! Explosive ring!
This one's all mine!
Photon Blast!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
A wailing strike! One more!
Azure
Do
Storm!
it! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
Retreat if you know what's good for you!
Carve now through all!
Elusive deity!
Pierce through!
Rotating pile
Rain Alpha! Lightning Slash!
Raging
Eternal
lunar
Devastation! Demon Fang!
In a bind!
Destruction!
By the power of water! Where are you going?
Lightning
Blasting
Thrust!
up today! Elusive deity! Carve through all! Rotating pile Eagle Ray!
Lightning Thrust!
You take it! Hurricane
Freeze Lancer!
Soaring blast!
Rise of Flame
Eagle Ray!
Yours to be let free!
Radiant
Soaring Light Spear!
A chain between heaven and earth!
Astral Art?
That's my
Take
cue.
this!
Incineration Wave!
Shut him down!
Elusive deity!
Do it! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Let's refrain from losing.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
All disasters. Made
Take
one.
this!
Healing
Begin!
Sword.
Thunder Fang! Not today!
It's a duel of the arts. Now, here I go. Frozen.
Hammer! Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for your truly. I do.
Dragon Swarm! Thunder!
Now.
In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
This one's mine. Hydration Orb. Raging
Back in
Do it.
blade!
Neon. Astral Energy. Full throttle.
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Whoa, this is amazing.
You always get excited when you find something good.
We should hurry and get this stuff processed.
Hi, Hoodle.
Resonate with the armor won't save you! Stalactite!
Rising Wyvern! Azure Storm! Demon
I'm good with Air Force
Come
parts.
one, come all! Ignite!
Blind freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Elusive deity!
Rising Wyvern! Strike! Rondo!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push!
Let's do this together, Alvin.
I'm ready!
Annihilate Astral Energy. Full throttle.
Those astral arts of yours are pretty impressive.
Thanks. You're full of surprises yourself. Go no further!
On your
I'm not done!
catapult!
By the power of blade.
Double Demon Fang! Destruction!
I can carve through armor! Air pressure!
Outstanding form.
You're on!
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Lightning orb.
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Lightning condemned.
brave.
A chronic inability to read the room?
A malady your art cannot fix.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Let me help.
Demon Fang!
I'm ready! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
I'll take you all on!
I never
Spirits
miss.
within the soil.
Awaken and redazzle!
Not on my watch. Sear in the flame.
Wind!
Reload.
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious!
Far enough. Gale Force. Radiant
Double
Fire.
Demon Fang! Burn!
Magic is there. Holy Flame.
Shuffling
Yes.
Blast!
Divine
Try this.
Savior.
Leave the enemy's art to me!
Milky Blade here!
Shuffling Blast! Demon Fang! Sword
I
Ring
never
Alpha!
miss. Who wants to die next? Here goes.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
No more playing nice.
Now!
Astral Energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Vacuum Blade!
I can carve through armor! Can't get out of this!
Chain between
None
heaven and
shall
earth!
escape my judgment.
Oh, violent guardian wind!
It's time to finish this. Die! Consuming wildfire! Photon turn
Burn in hell!
They're not playing around!
To stop you dying?
what my arts can do. Rising shot all day.
You're mine! Demon Fang!
Water, hear my call.
A chain
Do
between
it!
heaven and earth!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen.
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you.
Generation Wave!
Get on water. Hear my call.
In an instant! Impact Clock!
Quite necessary when creating weapons.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil.
Hold on to your art!
So you want me, do you?
It's on! You're on!
I'm ready!
Astral Energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Here I come!
This one's mine.
Sword Ring Alpha! Ready Flash! Crush!
Do it.
Double! In an instant! Impact Clock!
To achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
Little help!
Glacial Spear.
Demon Fang!
Denied.
Victory is within reach. More sucrose?
Keep holding
Pin them down.
Impressive fervor, little one.
Flying freedom! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Double Demon Fang!
Do it, Sion. Astral Energy. Full throttle. A flawless victory.
naturally!
Dragon Swarm! Thunder Fang! Incineration Wave!
Water, hear my call. Spread.
Here I come!
Where are you going? Let the
Sword Ring
marksman
Alpha!
handle this.
Raining Slash!
One more time. Instant. Back into the fray. I'm on a
Demon
roll.
Fang!
Your astral arts are truly incredible. Every little bit helps, right?
Beat it down. Go for it. Prepare to crumble.
Rising Wyvern!
None
You're
shall
on.
escape my judgment.
Vacuum Blade!
Dance in the wind.
Demon
Air
Fang!
thrust.
Ignite!
One more time.
Rising Wyvern!
I'm ready!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang! Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix!
Blah, blah, blah.
Rising Wyvern! We did it!
As impressive as always.
No,
I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Freeze blast! Now!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
You don't mess around.
And again!
Leave the enemy's arts to me.
No complaints here!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix!
Gemini Aqua!
Stalagmite!
Where are you going? Eat dirt!
Double Demon Fang!
Downfall!
Do it!
All yours, Kisara! Resonate with the earth!
Here!
Glacial
Rising
Spear.
Wyvern!
That'll bring you down! Blah, blah, blah! Our expert! Lunar Corruption!
I'll smash you!
Lunar Thrust!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best. This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Eat dirt!
Instant!
Rhapsody of Darkness!
Spirit Flame!
Demon Fang!
It'll body slam us for next week.
Annihilation! Lightning!
Flaming Thrust! Rising Falcon!
Eat dirt! Magic is Mega Ray!
Flaming Thrust! Rising Falcon!
Radiant
Here I come! Goodbye!
Thank you for the
This one's all mine! Be still!
This
one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Pull away! Crush! Demon Fang! Try this!
Such unadulterated fury!
Double Demon Fang! Crush!
I'll be saving this
Thunder! Flaming Soil!
Nothing gets by me.
Time to let it rip! This should do it! Orochi's Fury! Double Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Tenor!
Into the
Rising Phoenix!
Sealed.
Demon Lash!
Onyx Spear! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Demon Fang!
Now you see what I can do!
Eternal Devastation!
I'm ready!
In an instant! Impact Claw!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Right, here goes!
Glacial Spear!
You picked the wrong fight!
Sanguine Blossom!
Sonic Thrust!
Those flying creatures are a real pain in the butt!
Exploit the enemy's weakness!
Firmament Render! Got it!
Rising
Now's our chance!
Rising Phoenix!
Photon Blast! I never miss!
Megasonic Thrust!
Predator!
Demon Fang!
Smash you!
Denied! In here! Finish without a trace!
You're still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Out of our way!
Eat dirt!
Raising you apart! Bloody howling!
Be still! Rising Falcon! Swallow! Come one, come flying freak! What did they just sit still? See how you take care of them?
Every
No
move.
sooner said than take more than brute force to win.
I'll try to provide that.
Your astral art.
Rising
Every
Warfare!
little bit helps, right?
Indeed it does. I'll keep pushing
Well
to be
then,
better as
let's
well.
keep moving.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
Little help!
Let me help. First aid!
You're mine! I'll smash you!
Nothing gets by me.
Freezing storm!
Rising Warfare! This one's all mine!
None shall escape my judgment.
The flag is marked their weak points.
This one's mine.
Phoenix!
Far enough.
Better if you don't get up.
Ready and ready!
So this one's mine.
I'll face
Hands in the wind. Downfall. Air thrust.
Severing the flame inside you! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Looks like we got them all.
Hi, Hoodle!
You picked the wrong fight!
Let me show you what my art can do. A chain between heaven and earth.
Orochi Fury! Shattering to pieces!
There you go! Don't let up!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Got it! Now's our chance! It looks like you got this one covered.
Thunderfang!
Vanquish darkness. Explosion.
I'll grind you into dust! Shattering to pieces! I'll grind you into dust! Severing Blade! I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
Out of our way.
Resonate with the earth!
Damn it!
Lightning Thrust! Rising Falcon! Be still! I'm not done! Lunar Rhino!
Illuminate the dark.
Now!
We've got flyers!
I've got
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Rising Warfare!
Burning
Strike!
It's showtime.
Orochi Fury!
Glacial sphere.
Illuminated laser!
Astral art?
That's my cue!
Flaming Thrust! Shut him down! Dazzle! We've turned the tables on him!
There are still more left.
Right!
Hold
No
on
time to
to your
hold back!
art. Here I come! Tempest
You're mine!
Storm! Celestial Banner!
Be still! Do it! Swing left! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Easy peasy. Ha, Hoodle.
No further! Eat dirt!
May 1,000 gales
Double
carry
demon
you!
fang!
Incineration!
All won't save you!
Annihilation!
Fear! Eagle Ray! You're mine! Seven wind!
Feel!
Heal! I owe you one! Thunder! Incineration Wave!
One more time! Annihilation!
Raging Luna Storm! Portal Blade!
A freezing
Double
storm!
demon fang!
I'll be saving you!
Destruction!
May 1,000 gales carry you to shore!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
There you go! Don't let up! Raging cascade! Will this help?
Benediction.
Magic is out! Free Lancer! Here, let's do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Gotta break through!
Raging will bring you down!
Cancel it!
Don't mind if I do! Here's a healing
I'm ready.
Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
A scream? Certainly not.
Burning
Exploit the enemy's
I can do this all day!
Try this! Splendid flash!
in the soil.
Here it goes! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Knock it out!
I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara!
Double demon fang!
Outstanding form!
On
Go get him! Burning Strike! That'll bring you down!
air pressure! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Demon fang! Incineration wave!
Gemini Ultra!
Heal!
I'm in your debt, Goku. Then tonight's meal is on you. Keep got it.
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Looks like it could be worth something. The Zoogles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here. We'll burn it all to the ground.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah, it's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear?
Rinwell!
all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really, really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants, how it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrecht 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
as for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's great spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.